This week's Nightfall Strike is dropping the Militia's Birthright, and for the first time ever, the adept version of this weapon is now available. In today's video, I wanted to go over the best rolls to get and whether or not it's worth grinding for. Before we hop into the video, if you need a guide on how to easily beat the disgraced Nightfall, then be sure to check out my guide, which is linked in the description below. Also, I'll be streaming some runs of this GM tomorrow, so if you want to join for some runs, stop by my YouTube channel tomorrow for when I go live. With that being said, let's get to it. Since I already covered how to get this weapon, let's dive into the perk pool. Diving into the perk pool, we can see that it rolls with some interesting set of perks. While it doesn't have the most outstanding perk combinations, it does have a few sleeper combinations in my opinion. In column 3, you'll probably want to go for either Slideways, Ambitious Assassin, or Quick Draw. Slideways will turn this weapon into a weaker version of Ignition Code, which is the only breach loading grenade launcher in the game to roll with Slide Shot. While Slideways works similarly to Slide Shot, it does have a 3-second cooldown, so you can't just spam grenades like you could with Ignition Code. Regardless, this will probably be the perk I go for. If you don't want Slideways, then Ambitious Assassin could be a great perk, as it'll allow you to fire 2 grenades in a single mag if you get a kill, and Quick Draw would work well with a perk in column 4. Speaking of column 4, there aren't many perks I'd recommend here besides Autoloading Holster or Frenzy. If you choose to go down the autoloading route, you'll want to avoid Slideways from column 3, as those two perks will clash with each other and you won't be able to take advantage of both perks. If you choose Slideways, I'd 100% recommend Frenzy, but if you're not using Slideways, then 100% go for Autoloading Holster. The best roll for this weapon in my honest opinion will be Slideways and Frenzy, as this would turn this weapon into a budget Ignition Code. Regarding whether or not this weapon is worth it, it mainly depends on your arsenal of breach loading grenade launchers. If you're like me, you probably have an unnecessary amount of blinding grenade launchers in your vault, so getting this weapon is most likely pointless. Also, if you have an Ignition Code with blinding grenades and Slide Shot, there's no reason to get this, as Ignition Code is miles better than this grenade launcher, hence the title of the video. However, if you don't have an Ignition Code, then I'd recommend grinding for one of these. I know there are other breach loading grenade launchers in the game, with some even being craftable, but having one that reloads from you sliding is really helpful, especially in later content. That's going to wrap up today's video. If you found it helpful, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel for more Destiny content. As I mentioned in the intro, I uploaded my Disgraced Grandmaster Nightfall guide yesterday, so feel free to go check it out if you need one. Link in the description below. Be sure to follow me on my social media platforms, all linked in the description below, to keep up with my content that I post on other platforms. With that being said, I'm SniperKH, and I'm out. Good luck with gaming.